So at Qubic we have 5 core sectors. Public sector, it encompasses local government, national government, police, blue light sector. Then we have professional services, which encompasses accountants, law firms, solicitors, architects, estate agents, facilities companies, mainly based in London. Then we have schools, where we have a great range of schools, about 50 schools around the UK that we look after. Then we have media, and media is a big sector for us. We look after both technology companies and media companies, high availability, high bandwidth requirements, again, predominantly in the London area. And then lastly, we look after retail and logistics. We look after companies like Space NK, we look after logistics companies like Rico Logistics. These are firms that need their communications to be working uptime, real-time, 24/7.
Qubic aren't just an off-the-shelf solution provider. Qubic are very good at understanding businesses, understanding their requirements, understanding their needs, understanding the processes and the pains they go through. So take, for example, the professional services sector, which would include people like accountants and lawyers and solicitors, barristers, bankers. So they're in a world which is very compliance heavy. They're very much regulated by their industry bodies and by government. So they have to make sure the data is handled sensitively, it's safe, it's secure, it's backed up, it's maintained, it's accessible, it's available. And Qubic specialise in this part of the business. They're 27001 2013 ISO accredited. Well, that's a security standard which says they do it very well. They also have a very secure backup regime where backups are taken incrementally, held off-site and kept securely for at least 7 years, which is what most companies require in the sector. So when it comes to moving large chunks of data around, which is what media and telecommunication businesses have to do, it's all very well going to BT or another provider and asking them for a service, but the service you get is a one-size-fits-all service. That's sold to the general public and used by many people. So if you have a BT superfast broadband connection at home, you'll notice when the kids come home from school, it slows down dramatically because they're all online checking Facebook, looking at videos. So imagine you're trying to run a business that's chunking large files around the place, and at 4 o'clock the whole thing grinds to a halt. That would be useless. So what Qubic do is Qubic supplies services from the leading suppliers of circuits, people like BT, Vodafone. They supply their circuits, but they don't take their services. That might sound a bit weird. What that means is the customer's premises are connected directly to the Qubic data center. So it doesn't cross the public internet, it's fast, it has low latency. So if you're trying to access a really large file or a number of files, or you're trying to work remotely, that latency is the time it takes between you hitting the button and something happening. And if you're sitting there hitting the button and nothing happening for ages, it's useless. Whereas Qubic can deliver circuits with under 5 millisecond latency, which is fantastic. So it truly brings cloud computing and hosted services alive and allows companies using large files to process them, handle them and transmit them effectively and efficiently.